Damn it. Elisa, are you here? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Okay,
Great.
now let me try to pull up. I'm going to try to pull up these images here. Larry.
I gotta go.
Now, Elisa, I was on your show this past Sunday. That was quite an experience.
Oh my gosh, I loved you on Kermit and Friends. I thought you were great. You were one of my favorite guests ever. And I love the response I got. People have so many questions about you. It's unbelievable. I've never received so many questions about a guest before.
They do have a lot of questions about me. She was telling me she was reading stuff about me off Google before she had me on the show. I was like, well, can't talk about
I
that
Googled
stuff.
you, and I was really interested in you because, it's just fascinating what is on Google because, you can't really control that. And that was something I was wondering about you is, are you actively trying to control, your presence online? Are you upset at what people are saying? After I had you on my show, now I'm on this website called Kiwi Farms. And at first, I thought it was an actual farm. So I was really excited. I was like, oh, this farm put me on their website. And now I know it's not a farm. And they're actually a really mean website that's talking about me and you very negatively.
They say mean things, yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, they sure do. I was reading it, and they actually gave a pretty good synopsis of Kermit and Friends. And
What
they
did
put
they
it
say?
Well, it's really long. You want me to read it?
No, I don't. I thought it was a short little, a
No.
blurb like on a movie poster, etc., back of a book or whatever.
No. They just basically expressed their hatred for me and you in several paragraphs and links and videos and pictures.
They're passionate about the issue. I mean, I have to give them credit for that. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. But yeah, I had fun on your show. I really still don't really know what happened. There was a musical number that you sang, something involving an octopus. Octopus was somehow involved
Alexander Octopus Cortez is a guest that I've had on my show several times, an animated octopus. And he is so funny, and he's just hilarious. And he tried to troll me. But he didn't realize when he was trolling me, he's actually trolling the biggest troll on earth. So when he came on my show, he tried to make me fall in love with him, but I ended up writing songs for him, poems for him. I mean, I'm going to troll him till the day I die. So when people come on my show, a lot of times they insult me and they, want to get the best of me. But I enjoy that. I enjoy all kinds of people. Like this guy Beardson here. He seems like an interesting guy. I was Googling him. I noticed he was on a lot of like Nazi websites, and I was just curious about that. So, Beardson, what's going on?
Wait, do what now? This is news to me.
So I have people think that women are, first of all, you're heterosexual, so you like women.
I like doing things to women, yes.
Like sexually?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you like talking to women?
I'm sorry. I'm the moderator. I'm sorry. I must have...
Okay, so you do not like talking to women, but you like doing sexual things to women. So are you married?
Yes.
Okay, you're married. Do you talk to your wife?
When I have to, yeah.
Do you enjoy talking to her?
No.
No. Okay. All right. That's interesting. When you first met her, Beardson, did you enjoy talking to her then?
No.
No.
So you have been on Howard Stern. You've been on all that. Why don't you now? First off, let's get to the festivities. We've let you interrogate us enough. I let you have your fun, even though I shouldn't have, but I did. I'm gonna go ahead and start off the proceedings. Who are you? Tell the audience who the fuck you are. Tell them like your background a little bit, Howard Stern, maybe a little knowledge, etc.
Sure. So my name is Elisa Jordana. I host a show on YouTube, a new show called Kermit and Friends. And I originally came from a band that some people might have heard of called Cobra Starship. We toured all around the world, and we had hits on the radio. And then from there, I started working on the Howard Stern Show and being a regular guest. I was a guest for like 5 years or so. And then afterwards, I really just wanted to be a normal person because I was being trolled a lot. Okay. So, I mean, but I met a lot of friends. I know friends from all over the world now because of the Howard Stern Show. So I'll always be grateful for sure for Howard and for everybody there. But I always wanted to do like my own show where I was hosting it, and I love cartoons, and I love stuffed animals, and I love writing poems, and I love writing songs, and I wanted to incorporate all those things and just make people happy. So it's kind of like the opposite of this show.
No, wait. We make people happy through.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I love this show. I'm a big fan, but I'm a big fan of you, Ethan. But yeah, it's just basically like I want to bring the world together. Right now, what's happening politically is like really disgusting to me. So, Democrats hate Republicans, Republicans hate Democrats. Everybody that's extremist is against each other. There's people being killed, literally. I got into 2 fights today, one at Trader Joe's, one in the elevator, and I'm not a confrontational person, but America's on edge right now. So if you can find entertainment, something that can bring people together, I feel like now is the time to do that. So for my role in Kermit and Friends and just in my life, I want to bring more happiness to the world, and that's just my goal.
All right, Elisa, why should women be allowed on the internet? I don't know if you have an uphill battle tonight, I think, after.
I'm just so curious. I think all people, men, women, any race, any ethnicity, any religion, anybody should be allowed on the internet, and anybody that has an opinion or just wants to share and connect with people should be able to. So what I'm just really curious about is why Beardson Beardly here doesn't want women on the internet, because I feel like they deserve equal rights on the internet.
Okay, so my opinion is not only like should like women not be on the internet, like most people in general really shouldn't be on the internet.
Oh, people.
Yeah, most people in general really, but women especially. Do you know that during the month of March, during the quarantine and the lockdowns, that OnlyFans accounts increased by 300%? Do you think that that's like healthy? Do you think that that's like something that's good for our society, as a bunch of women deciding, you know what? I just got laid off from my job. I should just become a whore. That's what I should do. I should become a whore.
Huh?
What do you mean, huh?
What do you mean by that? Like, what are you saying? You're saying that women are becoming whores on the internet, and you're very disappointed by that because you're heterosexual? That makes no sense.
No, I don't want women whoring themselves out on the internet because it's disgusting and demeaning and wrong.
Okay, so you're for women. You would prefer that women do what?
I don't know, knit?
Okay.
Like anything else besides like shoving shit up your ass for money on the internet, I think is a healthy thing.
Okay. All right, so you're upset at the sexuality that women are expressing over the internet. Do you think that men can express their sexuality over the internet?
I don't think anyone should express their sexuality on the internet.
So don't be sexual at all whatsoever. Nobody. I'm not allowed. Ethan here is not allowed. You're not allowed.
Not on the internet, no.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, I don't even believe in cleavage on my podcast. I have a no cleavage policy, so I'm right there with you.
Well, I don't know about if you're right there with me, but yeah, I mean, yeah.
Now, what do you think about what he said though about the the increase? I'll take over. I got a little modding ability, maybe. What do you think about what he said about the increase in OnlyFans, the surge? And I mean, he described them as whores. I mean, it's fair to whatever you want to call it. It's definitely promiscuous behavior, spreading your pussy open on the internet for dollars. What do you think about that? Are you for that?
I don't
you think
like
that's good?
it. Honestly, Ethan, I don't like it. I wouldn't do it. I would only sign up for OnlyFans to probably read scriptures or sing songs or something like that. So I wouldn't.
You're big in the Bible?
Yeah, I'm into the Bible. I just became a Christian, so I would use it for that purpose.
Did you really? You're lying. Did you really?
Yeah, I did. I repented.
Did you convert from Judaism to Christianity? Is that what happened, or?
So I appreciate that Beardly knows my last name, but however, my dad is Jewish, my mom is Catholic. I wasn't brought up with any religion. So this year has been a very rough year for me. I lost my dog Kermit. It was devastating. I lost 2 grandparents this year. And then my company was closed by the FBI. So it's been an unbelievable year for me, just in devastation. So when that happened, I was so depressed, I was almost suicidal. And I just didn't have anywhere to turn. So what I noticed is when I was in my darkest place, these people started surrounding me that were part of the church, that were religious, that were into the Bible. And I joined this group and joined a church, and they helped me to get out of the dark place that I was in. So I'll always be appreciative towards them. The only thing is that they were very judgmental. And that's one thing I didn't like about that church.
What were they judging you about?
Well, I would tell them things, and they were very disappointed in me. If I went on a date with someone that wasn't part of the church, they would say that I'm not close to God. They would say that, I can't be, they didn't even want me to be friends with anyone that wasn't part of the church. And they really looked down, once they started Googling me and seeing I was involved in, Howard
Were you
Stern
hanging with unsavory characters, or was this like their prejudice?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said, were you hanging with unsavory characters,
yes.
or was this you were?
At the time, yes. At the time, okay. Yes. I was in the financial
that's why they
service.
Were. Yeah,
I was in the financial services industry. There were some people that are just really like fast living people there. And they, some of them are into, drugs and partying. And so I got into that. And that's what led me into this like dark place. But I thank God that I was in that dark place, because if I was never there, I never would have met Jesus Christ. I never would have gotten involved in the church. And I never would have been inspired to help people through Kermit and Friends. So I think actually,
go ahead.
Go ahead, Ethan. Why don't you run this thing?
No, go ahead. No, go ahead. I like to let the participants.
I'm sorry. Can you say something?
No, what were you going to say? I don't want to cut you off. It's fine. I mean, I like the participants talking.
Can I just say a poem? I would like to say a poem.
Oh,
okay,
God.
you told me you were going to do a poem, so all right, go ahead.
Okay, so I have a poem because Beardson says he doesn't want women on the internet.
I don't want anybody on the internet.
Okay, but I had a feeling, like if you were to choose one, like women or men, if you had to choose one, I would choose to not let men be on the internet.
Yeah, I'm sure you would.
So I wrote a poem about that. Excuse me. Men, they don't belong on the internet. By Elisa Jordana Schwartz. Men, they don't belong on the internet because they don't know what to do with it. I'd rather give my computer to a female student so she'd make proper use of it. If men were banned, we wouldn't be worse for it. They just use it to jerk off to it. Beardson, I'm going to call your mom. Get off the internet and get a job. I'll pay you $6 an hour for you to clean your room and take a shower. You don't look clean. You suck at streaming. Do you know what I mean? You are demeaning. You get a couple views online. You become a troll for the rest of your life. Do you think that's a job? Do you think you could tell that to your dad and your mom? At Thanksgiving dinner, do you say, hey, Dad, I was on YouTube all day. Aren't I a winner? Do you deserve any subs? No. Are you going to get banned? Are you going to be in no man's land in the back of a truck with some male fan giving you his hand? Yeah. Because you don't deserve breasts. You're my groupie at best, like a hick from the West with no neck and no checks. You were never on real radio or a real band. You're stark white. You're not tan. You suck everywhere that you land. You can't even get on Kermit and Friends. I didn't even know your first name before this broadcast. Ethan Ralph, he is a blast. But you're fat. You got no stats. Your beard is just weird. You live in a shack. You have all bots. They're all bought. And that's that. So men, they don't really belong on the internet. My opinion.
There we go. Elisa Jordana, I see you got the chat activated with that. You better drop a few bars. I didn't
I didn't have anything prepared.
No, because I know some of the old school Stern stuff, and they're like, "Oh, do you know?" I didn't actually know you because I stopped watching Stern at that point, and I was like, "Yeah, I used to watch Stern back when he was on E Network and shit. He would have porn stars coming in and riding the Simeon and like just all kinds of degenerate shit. That's when I used to watch Stern, but he didn't have you do that type of shit. I don't think.
So that was before my time.
Yeah, exactly.
So I never did that. But I enjoyed every second I had on there. I loved it. It was a lot of fun.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, I gotta say it's pretty cool.
And I didn't even mind the people. It wasn't really like, it wasn't this kind of thing. It wasn't like
no, it's not.
it was different. It's a unique experience because I don't know how to like compare it to this. That's a tough one, but
a show like Stern, there's tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars behind it. It's not going to be like a show like this. There's all kinds of staff and stuff, like, right? Like, it's not like, it wouldn't be like
well, okay, so the difference, I'm trying to think of like what the difference is really. Okay, so when you go in there, it's extremely fun, right? So you know it's very exciting, it's fun. People are tweeting you, people are writing you messages, sending you like email about your appearance, right? Sure. So in that part, it's very fun. And then you have trolls, like, you know, similar to this. And then those people, you could ignore. So you have choices, right? So you could ignore someone like this. For me, it is interesting to get their point of view. So like if somebody says something about my appearance that they didn't like they say, oh, you sucked. Like I performed like 4 times or 5 times on there singing, right? or my poem tonight or whatever. People don't like it or they like it. So some people love it. Some people hate it. You just got to be okay with it. And you got to be, and just putting yourself out there. If you're putting yourself out there in front of millions of people, you have to be very thick-skinned. It's not for everybody. People can't handle it. A lot of people can't handle it. I can handle it.
They fuck with you in real life and stuff?
May I ask for something? Okay, so you called him and people who dislike your work or you as a person a troll.
Yeah.
Would you consider him a troll, though? He shows his face. He's online.
That's a great point, Andy. So I don't, that's a good question. I mean, so a troll. So for instance, me, I watch Real Housewives. I love that show. I wouldn't really contact the people on that show if I don't like them. I wouldn't write comments about them. I wouldn't make videos about them. I wouldn't try to meet them and say bad things to them or say I disapprove of them. It's just not in my character, right? But it isn't a lot of people's character. So there's a lot of angry people that are upset with their lives that want to take it out on someone that they heard on the radio or saw on TV for whatever reason. Maybe it makes them feel better. Maybe it makes them feel powerful. I don't know what it is really, Andy. I don't know what your experience is.
Or what if they have an opinion on you? So it's more like a critique, like a review. Would you call a reviewer a troll? Probably not. So I would say Beardson is just critiquing you as a female.
No, that's fine. He said before, listen, I was prepared for this. He said he doesn't like talking to females. He doesn't even like talking to his own wife. So how can I expect that this guy Beardson would want to talk to me if he doesn't like talking to the person, that he married? I don't expect
nice.
Elisa's like, oh my God, what's going on?
I kind of want to go, but I would like to say a little prayer before I leave. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Let's get ready.
Sure.
Okay.
You should
So to the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, please touch everyone like Andy, Caller Robot, Ethan, Beardson, Kyler. Touch them all with your grace, your love, your joy, your hope, your mercy, your faith, and eternal salvation. Cover them with the blood of our Creator, Jesus Christ.
Okay, this sounds...
Or whoever you think it is, okay? Bless all of these guys, even Beardson, okay? Because we have to forgive people
especially Beardson.
Especially Beardson. So God, please watch out for Beardson. He needs you.
I forgive you, Beardson. Don't worry.
Thank you.
I forgive you, Beardson. I really do. And thank you so much for having me on. And you can watch my show, Kermit and Friends. We're on every Sunday at 11 a.m.